Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I'll get started with the presentation right away. Hi, my name is Sam. I use they, them, Sam Defaz. I use they, them pronouns. And I'm going to be talking to you all about a digital health intervention to target older Latin adults in the US living outside of urban cities. And again, I just want to reiterate, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to sit down and listen to my proposal. So the problem statement of our proposal that we're trying to target is addressing type 2 diabetes self-management interventions for Latina adults living outside of major United States cities to address health inequities. And the three main project aims that we're trying to target with this intervention is increasing access to health resources in non-urban areas. The second one is providing health resources that are affirming of diverse cultural identity practices. And the third one is promoting health literacy as a mean of health equity. With all this in mind, we're going to just narrow down our target audience and setting even more. We're specifically going to try to reach Latina adults living with type 2 diabetes in Suffolk County in New York State. As you see from these graphics here that are taken from this 2020 census data, Latina population, even in Suffolk County and within the state of New York, is pretty significant. It's about 21%. There's this kind of concept that certain racial ethnic communities are sort of are all majorly residing in these large urban cities like New York City. But as you see here, in these sort of outer areas, you still see a pretty significant Latinx community there that obviously deserves to have their needs met without traveling into the city to access that. And just in brief, our technology is going to be primarily a bilingual mobile application with both text messaging and website features and optional health coaching. Just excuse me one moment. I'm so sorry for that. I just had to cough on camera. And the three sort of main components of the mobile app are going to be users are going to log their food and physical movements every day in order to sort of set, track, and encourage health behavior goals in line with type 2 diabetes self-management. And we're going to have a resource tab that has educational articles, blogs, recipes, cooking, and videos on healthy nutrition and fitness for our target audience. We will also be collaborating with content creators to provide content for culturally affirming recipes because this is a huge barrier that we really want to address. There is a sort of perception with when we're trying to target Latina communities that one size fits all approach, and we're trying to within this intervention just provide as much information as we can for this population that there is a real diversity in this community that we want to illustrate with this intervention in meat. And the last component is going to be social media. It's going to be a discussion forum style to registered app and website user. This is again going back to our project games that we're trying to create another form of community, specifically a digital community for our audience if they're having difficulty accessing that kind of community in person in these spaces. As you'll see here, the other component of our intervention is going to be the sort of website, and that's the text messaging integration. So users are going to be able to send food and physical movement logs and receive reminders on both of these platforms as far as like if they're meeting or progressing well at their health goals. The resource and social media tabs are going to be available on both the website and also the website portal because, again, to sort of give as much options for users that they feel the website is more convenient than a mobile app. And the paid health coaching is going to be offered by a health team of a dietitian and a health coach through telehealth. So it's going to be restricted to the website portal and the mobile application. And here the screenshot shows some of the literature that we're going to be referencing in our intervention that of existing digital health interventions that are trying to target Latina adults specifically. And you'll see here the sort of data sources and variables that we're going to be capturing. We're going to be collecting data daily, hopefully, on nutrition and physical activity through the mobile app, the website, and text messaging. And sort of optional variable that we would ideally want users to self-report is going to be any A1C levels as they come up and daily glucose level through the mobile app and the website. This is going to be part of our outcome measure just to see if these health behaviors that we're trying to target through this intervention are actually being effective. And at the time of sort of a profile creation, users are going to be providing variables, health data, information about employment, family and social support, age, gender, and race, to sort of capture, again, more of the diversity and these sort of social and cultural components of our target audience. And again, this is a screenshot of some more existing data that we're going to be referencing. That's already, again, existing digital health interventions for our current proposal. And the implementation plan, so for our development, we're going to be creating a technology research and consulting team to create the application, the website, and the text messaging integration. Again, like I said earlier, using existing health materials and technology. The point of these two specific teams is in order to maximize accuracy, relevancy, and cultural practices. I didn't stress enough earlier, but we want our team members to be bilingual, and I'll get into that a little bit more. So the implementation is going to be done in two stages. The first one is we're going to be doing in-person outreach to around Suffolk County in order to reach a 30 participant recruitment goal. And we're going to be doing consistent follow-ups with our users once they've been recruited in order to troubleshoot any issues regarding technical problems and also just general adaptations to using any sort of digital platform. And this whole first stage is going to last 10 to 12 months. The second stage after those first 10 to 12 months are going to be creating a free 3-month trial session for the health coach team, for the health coach component of our intervention, that was going to be offered to randomly selected users who have been using the app so far. And like I said earlier, for the resources that we're trying to seek with this intervention, our bilingual team positions are going to be a public health researcher, a research assistant, healthcare providers with direct care experience with diabetes care specifically, software developers, computer science programmers and engineers, a chief information security officer or informatics manager, and also additional support with content moderation and fact checking, specifically because the social media component is definitely going to be a big hurdle that we want to address with specific roles. And again, when I'm outlining a bilingual team, the bilingual requirement, considering our intervention is specifically trying to target Latinx adults, we want obviously a sort of Spanish language functionality, but we also want the app to address sort of social and cultural differences that may come up. We're not just looking for team members who are fluent in Spanish language, but we're also seeking those who have actual experience working with these communities, because again, we want to be able to capture these nuances that they're only able to really get through some kind of experience. And all of these, and again, our biggest resource is going to be obviously a budget, which will be funded by grants and volunteer labor. And like I mentioned earlier, the 3 main outcomes that we're going to be measuring the success of our intervention is A1C levels, users reaching health goals, and overall user satisfaction. And these measures the A1C levels will be hopefully um, collected over this time period. And we'll also be giving out a survey after 10 to 12 months of users using this application or all the other kind of technical components of our intervention, as well as consistent follow-ups to make sure that they're able to use use our intervention, our website, other kinds of components as fluidly as possible. Because we, again, like I said earlier, we want to be able to capture these sort of other kinds of benefits that may be going on during this intervention, especially considering the digital health, the digital community that we may be offering through this intervention. And these are the rest of our references that we have for our proposal that you should have in front of you, as well as other references for the sort of images and other information in our presentation. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you again so much for taking time out of your day to listen to us. We hope that you'll take our intervention seriously and consider our work.